Hey everybody out there in the land of YouTube, Annette Dion here. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. It is Sunday night. It's about 8:30, I believe. My watch broke. I think that's about right. Anyhow, I think that in America we are starting to all be on one page in terms of understanding what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a criminal regime. That's why we call it a regime. We don't call it an administration. We don't call it a government, because it's not. It's a mob. That's where we are. And I keep on feeling like, there are so many of us that are getting so angry that we won't be able to do anything but fight back. And so I did hear, and I'll confirm it, I heard there's another No Kings rally protest coming up on November 22nd. It's kind of, that date's kind of flying out there in the internet world. So we'll see. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. My bird clock is chirping. So everything that they're doing has attached to it. How can we show the American people who's in control and who's in charge, and how they can do it is to inflict as much pain as possible. I read you not too long ago a line, I'm not really going to look for it, from a White House, somebody in the White House who is like a spokesperson. I'll just see if it's here, but I did read it to you before. It was like, our plan is to inflict as much pain as possible. Something like that. So that's, they just come out and say it. I know that we are powerful. I know that Dumpy is building a bunker that's probably going to have lots of fake gold, and he's just going to like pimp it out. And he's afraid of us, and I always go back to his soul time traveled from the 1930s and 40s. And y'all know who I believe that he was. It's really weird. I was watching a documentary, it was Ancient Aliens, I mentioned this before, about wormholes and about, this is like way out there physics, right? The fact that people can time travel, and it's really making me wonder. Because it's like, excuse me, the 1940s are calling, and they're looking for their dictators. The people supported this man. I know we are all like, WTFing-F. He's saying he's going to be a dictator on day one. He's praising Putin and praising Kim Jong-un. We write each other love letters. He's just on cloud nine when he thinks about dictators and how wonderful it'll be to be a dictator and to prosecute all his enemies and throw them in jail. And so anyway, what we're going to look at is how that's going to start with. I hope you had a good day. It's really nice out here. Yesterday I was very busy in Salem. Today I didn't go. We had Church of Spirituality, and it's real hard to park there. So I'm going to go there tomorrow and hopefully can park. So this is a big week. I'm going to pull 3 cards about how it's going. How the fascism is going for them. I pick up fear from them. I do. I pick up fear from them. I think that in the back of their minds, they think every day, what if this doesn't work out? So I'm just pulling 3 cards about how it's going for the fascists. I'm picking up 2 that there are MAGA Republicans, whatever we want to call them, pieces of shit, POSs. I guess that also means point of sale. That are starting to, it's not like they have any shame, because they don't, but they're starting to get really uneasy about how far this is going. So, how is the fascist regime doing? What's their energy right now? Five of Wands, it's challenging. King of Cups, as long as they keep Dumpy, this is how they think. As long as they keep Dumpy in front of the camera, I mean, I know that it's not working for them, but he needs to be in front of the camera. He's in Malaysia today doing this stupid, like, I don't know what this is. This is a kind of like a Dumpy dance. The man doesn't have and he doesn't have a molecule of cool in him. Cool was not handed out to him when he was choosing to incarnate. Cool was not a thing. So the I'm asking how the regime is doing. The Five of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Hangman here indicates, to me, it indicates absolute, just callous, just sloppy, just, we'll just do this and we'll just do that, we'll just see what happens, right? That kind of energy. So the regime is very challenged. The Five of Wands, Dumpy you're going to see him. I don't even know, and maybe I'll look at this. I don't know how his physical body can withstand traveling to the other side of the world. This is what makes me think he's got to deal with Satan. Deal with the devil. He is the devil. I was remembering that movie, The Witches of Eastwick. I've seen it several times. And at that time, Jack Nicholson, I really think his character being the devil, he kind of borrowed from Trump at the time. And it was in the 90s, I believe. Maybe it was before that. The Witches of Eastwick. You can see it. It's kind of like Johnny Depp, kind of modeled his Jack Sparrow character after Keith Richards. They do that. I mean, it makes sense. If you were an actor, it would make sense. But Dumpy is the devil. He is Satan incarnate. I mean, I know it's Halloween season. It's just, I guess it's the time of year to be talking about such things. Anyway, very challenging time for the fascist regime. But they just have to keep placating him. But they're starting to have, the MAGA Republicans are starting to think twice. Because, I mean, it's like Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? She is starting to, we know she has an ulterior motive. You don't have to leave comments about, you don't like her. I'm not saying that I like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a horrible person that's done horrible things to ruin this country. And the fact that she's pushing back against taking away health care. How cruel can you be? Taking away health care from her family and her constituents. And they're starting to go, whoa, what are we, this is going too far. As the regime throws caution to the wind in terms of covering their asses. They're really not being very careful. Let's read about that. Since they are not behaving in any way, manner, shape, or form as if they will ever get caught, what makes them so convinced? I gotta sip my fake beer. By the way, I'm gonna make a video and or take photos, probably both, of the Halloween decorations around town and around Salem, just so you can get a peek, get into the spirit, pun intended. I'll be doing that tomorrow. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards about you know, the Pam Blondies and the Cash Patels and the Tom Homans and there's the Christy Nome and, you know, there's too many to name. Scott Besson. Oh my gosh, I saw all of them. I saw a clip of Scott Besson that Ben Meiselas showed on Midas Touch. These people are cuckoo. They're nutcases. They're in their own little bubble of their own little miserable reality. They think money causes happiness. So the 3 cards I'm pulling are, this is the question. How are they feeling about their potential, the potential that they get caught? Because from all appearances, even though I pick up psychically that they're kind of nervous about being held accountable for these crimes, especially crimes against humanity. And Lindsay, is it Halligan, who's the prosecutor for James Comey? Like, she's definitely nervous. I have no idea. I don't know what that quality is of people just going into something, like just being really in over their heads, and they just go in willingly instead of going, you know what? That's kind of like I'm not equipped for that. That's not my lane. So that's the kind of thing I'm asking about. They think that if they this is important. These MAGAs, the ones I just mentioned, you know, the Christy Nomes and the Pam Blondies and all the rest of them, and those that are complicit, like MAGA Mike and the whole slew of them, Ted Cruz. I mean, really, there's too many to name. They're nervous. What they're doing, and this is the important part, is they're seeing how long they can push and continue to get away with all their overt, brazen, continued pummeling on the criminality. And I should probably cover up her blue boobies here. And the magician, yeah, they're just thinking about how many more illusory tricks that they can play on the American people. This is where their thinking is. And they believe, and maybe they're right, that money will just be doled out to them and it will never stop, right? So the tactic that these horrible people, this mob in our White House, the tactic that they're all about is just keep pouring it on. See? She's just keep pouring it on. Keep pouring it on, keep pouring it on, keep pouring it on. Just cripple the American people. I just told you their MO. I just told you their plan. They plan to just keep dumping it on and dumping it on and dumping it on. And they don't think that we'll push back. That's what they're counting on. That's their claim to winning and turning this into a fascist nation. Their claim is that they'll just keep hurting us and we won't fight back. Okay, so let's see about that. That's infuriating. I'm going to read the stained glass cards. I'm going to ask about us, we the people. I just made a nice fresh haddock dinner and it's in the oven and I'm looking forward to it. By the way, I really do hope, I wish and hope and pray that you watch Church of Spirituality. And I know this might sound really weird, but I preach these sermons every week and I listen to the whole thing afterwards, right afterwards, or then I'll get too busy to watch it. And I inspire myself. So if you want inspiration, watch Church of Spirituality, because I'm channeling. And there's always something really good that you can sink your teeth into at Church of Spirituality that'll help you feel stronger. People, I'm doing what I can. 3 cards about the Democrats that are in office and our democracy. The Democrats that work while the MAGAs are, I don't know, home. Maybe they're golfing. Maybe they went on a vacation. Maybe they're enjoying a luxurious life. This is like the story of human civilization. It's kind of a miracle that we've been able to have a democracy for going on 250 years. We're still a democracy. Don't let anybody kid you. We are. They're trying to make us not a democracy, but the United States of America is a struggling democracy. Is a very highly challenged democracy, but we are a democracy. We're a democracy that has to be fighting to keep it. So how's that going? I hate when people say things like, oh, this is so scary, we're so scared. You know, it's just not, it's not working. So call them out on YouTube channels when they start doing that. We the people. This is interesting. I got the temperance card for we the people too. We're all just, this is kind of like a staring contest in a certain way, energetically speaking. King of Cups, the Emperor. I thought this was the Empress. So King of Cups. So I'm asking about the Democrats. So against the Emperor, we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is we the people fighting emotionally against the Emperor. And it's just a matter of time. And this is what we have to stay really ultra focused on. If we have to wait before we really see the fruits of our labor, then we have to wait. I mean, we're in action. We're not just like in limbo. We're in action. I mean, think of the Ukrainians. They're fighting back. They're fighting back. They're fighting back, and it's taking time. I don't believe it takes 4 years plus for us to save our democracy. I don't get that at all. So, you know, faith involves patience. And faith involves risk, too. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about the how the Democrats will fare during this government shutdown. How that positions us. And one positive thing to think about is we're having elections and Democrats they're winning all over the place. So let's not let our minds go to, oh, but the gerrymandering, oh, but the this, oh, but the that, right? Just keep pushing. So I'm asking about how the Democrats are definitely feeling imprisoned. 6 of Cups coming together as community and family during a time that we feel destitute. The richest country in the world, they're stealing our money. So that's kind of saying where we are right now during the government shutdown. So let's ask a little bit more. Let's go a little further about the government shutdown. Let's go to these cards. I do have my rods here, and I have a pendulum somewhere. Yes, I do. Things move because I move them. Happy Halloween! This is my little gig bag here. Jack the Skeleton, the pirate. I added some lights. He looks really scary. I'll take a picture of him too. Kind of like peering out from the deck to the harbor. Are the Democrats gaining ground in the United States of America? Yes. I'm actually going to read on this. I'm going to read on how him tearing down the East Wing of the White House affects the attitude of the American people. I think we're at the point right now where people that maybe have Trump flags or Trump bumper stickers, I think we're really very much at the point, close to it if we're not there yet, where people that wave Trump flags and have bumper stickers and all the rest of it, shirts, they might feel really stupid wearing them and promoting them. So check your cynicism about that. You know, they're really, I mean, I don't see a lot of them. I'm in a blue state, but I mean, this is where we have to be to turn this country around. We need everybody on board. So, I'm going to choose 3 cards about what happens after people get really upset, after everybody knows he's torn down the East Wing of our house. Our house. We need to really get that out, get that message across. He's tearing our house down. What that does to the American people, it creates a huge shift. I think they come to the realization he's stolen the White House, right? That's what that is. 2 of Pentacles, we're all just trying to keep it in balance. The 3 of Wands means we're making a plan. We're making a plan. Let's ask the Pendulum. Are the American people going to become so angry that we actually make something happen? Yeah, that's actually a strong yes. That's a strong yes. Now, I stand by my impression that October 18th was a miracle. And for that matter, the former No Kings rally, the first No Kings rally on June 14th, was a miracle also. And Dumpy gets really, really angry when he's humiliated. So he's out there about, and referring to this past No Kings rally, saying it was nothing, it was just a puny little thing. And so he's in complete denial. But it is working. And those cards indicate that it is working. So, and the rest of the world is on our side. The rest of the world is protesting him too. So let's just ask the basic question. Let's ask the basic question. And by the way, Eric Swalwell is spearheading the movement to hold these people accountable for their crimes against this country. And that's what we need to see more of. Let me just ask the Pendulum this. There's a lot of good Democrats out there. We've got to focus on that. There are a lot of good Democrats. Look at Jamie Raskin. I mean, they really are doing, look at Jasmine Crockett, Bernie, AOC, you know, Goldman, Jared Moskowitz. There's a lot of really good Democrats. Hakeem Jeffries would like him to be a little bolder. But anyway, they're pushing back. So, are we going to see Democrats in office being effective? Okay, yeah, actually that's a pretty big yes. Are we going to see some kind of accountability in the near future? Are we going to see some kind of accountability in the near future? I have a yes. Okay, well that's something. And Trump is losing in court. So let's just keep our focus on the positive. I know it's really easy to get swept up in all the bad news, bad news, bad news. So it's going to take a concerted effort to put our thoughts on the good news stories. And I just want to encourage everyone to keep focusing on all the good news stories. If you can't find them at first, then just look really hard. I'm going to pull 3 cards about what this shutdown and taking away SNAP benefits does to what happens. What happens? You know, a year ago we were doing fine. And now we're working the law of contrast. We see what we don't want and we have to push back really, really, really hard to create what we do want. When the MAGA Republicans keep pushing for the most heinous treatment of the American people, the message becomes very clear. As it's not working for them to say, the Democrats, they want to give illegal aliens, illegal. You know, when I hear illegal aliens, I think of an ET, right? It's like, we want to give the aliens health care. In case they can't handle the viruses on Earth. I'm telling you, that's not working. Nor is MAGA Mike saying that the liberals, the leftists, the wokes, the Antifas, the this, the that, are violent. They're just out and out lying, and we the people will have had enough. So, when they start taking away people's food, it's so hard for me to think about it. It's so hard. I know this is challenging, but this is the time that we have to know that, you know, it's not just me feeling the pain of this cruelty being inflicted on poor people that are innocent. I can't handle it. I think of the nursing homes. I think, you know, it becomes crystal clear who's for the people. And something quickly happens that makes us stronger. Because you know what? Any decent human being, and there are more decent human beings than horrible human beings, any decent human being who's not a psycho, sick in the head sadist is going to stand up and say, not on our watch. And that's our strength. And we are being sort of, I'm going to use the word groomed. We're being groomed by the universe to dig deep inside of ourselves and to activate. We're being forced to. And I've been thinking, you know, a lot. I was listening to an interview the other day, and somebody was saying that most people don't vote. And I was just like aghast. There have been elections in my life that I didn't vote in. But to hear, you know, in the times that we're in that most people don't vote, is like, let's hope that we've learned our lesson as a nation. Does this move the needle to everybody voting? The pendulum is so affirmative tonight. It does. I'll do another PNN tomorrow, probably at night. And I am going to take some video of Halloween decorations. So look forward to that. And please book a session, psychic@dion.com. And if you're a member, you have access to the tarot class. Look under videos for members only videos and everything else that I'm teaching. And one more thing, don't leave yet. The psychic party for members will be November 2nd, which is a Sunday, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the Day of the Dead celebration, which is, you know, those couple days, November 1st and 2nd. Okay. Thumbs up, please. Subscribe and hit the hype button if you see it. And love you lots. Keep the faith. Grab somebody that you love and give them a big hug. All right. Namaste. I'm hugging you. See you.